Jules from GoodLuck. Hello.
Hello.
I just wanted to call you in because there's a big tour coming with Youngr.
Yes, yeah.
But there's also I also like to keep tabs on GoodLuck and what's happening with the group and Ben and you and obviously parent life as well.
Parent life is amazing. I honestly, it's hard. I mean, it's all parents know.
Yes.
But I don't know why it took so long to make the decision to have a little baby. She's the best thing in the world for me. I don't know.
Inspiring, right?
Yeah, so inspiring, so grounding. Like nothing like a mirror to hold up to yourself to be like, okay, I gotta, this is what I gotta change about myself. So yeah, she's just been a really good thing, I think, for us as people. I feel like this is what I was saying to someone the other day.
Yeah.
I feel like when you have a baby, because you're feeling so much love all the time, like deep love, I feel like you just elevate your being because you're like consistently sitting in that love place all the time. And so you just expand, like you become expansive, and that's just so beautiful. And I'm loving it. You
know what I found is that we live our lives in our own little, in our vessel, okay? And we live and we do our thing. We forget about our vessel as well. We kind of forget about it because we work our butts off and that's it.
Yeah.
And as soon as you have a child in the world, then you have the ultimate gratitude for what you do and the ultimate reason for doing it.
Yeah.
And even if you get through you get to a hard time at a gig or you're tired, then you look at this child's face and suddenly you're like, no, second win, let's go.
Yeah.
And I love that about that. So
totally. It's been beautiful. It's been all of those things, but I think for me personally, it's also been a reason to slow down a little bit, which I've never been good at. And I'm enjoying the pace now. The pace is nice. It's just, life needs to be balanced. And I think everyone forgets that.
Yes, the balance is important. And I mean, can I tell you, the kids feel that because they can feel when you're grafting and not spending any time, but the balance is so important because
you've got it is. But at the same time, I know for guys, it's also quite a motivating thing. Like Ben, we had a friend called Mandla from a band. Do you remember the Gang of Instrumentals?
Of course I do.
Yeah. Anyway, Mandla from Gang of Instrumentals once sent to Ben, because Ben was like, dude, they had 2 kids, and he was like, dude, how do you, isn't it stressful? Like suddenly all this responsibility. And he was like, Ben, do you ever want to get rich? Ben was like, yes. And he was like, have a child. But he meant that because he said the motivation is just another level. So I think it's like this crazy complex thing that you've got going on where you're motivated, but you also, want to ground and spend time and just invest time. So it's a dance.
I'm so happy. I'm really happy that parenthood has been an ultimate boost. Because I think that as an anecdote, people like saying, oh, don't have kids, it's a trap. Don't have kids. And I know there's a lot of those sentiments around. But honestly, you are speaking the right type of language. Because yes, I know the school fees are expensive. Yeah. If you are going to do the nanny route, yes, expensive. There's a lot of things that are expensive. Sure. I get it, okay?
And it's hard.
And it's very difficult to also gauge yourself as a parent. Like, am I doing the right thing? Yeah. Is it the wrong thing? And whose advice do I listen to? Do I ask the mother-in-law or my own mom? And there's a lot of push and pull.
Sure.
But I always tell any of my parent friends one thing, and this is something that I learnt personally, is that anything you do with love will never be the wrong thing.
Totally do.
Trust yourself.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely.
Right?
And the love that you'll feel will be like nothing you've ever felt before.
This Youngr connection is very fascinating to me.
Yes.
How did you guys connect? I'm very, very interested to know because international, Dario Darnell.
Yeah,
AKA Youngr.
We were on tour in the UK, and I've just always been a really big fan of his. I mean, he puts out the most incredible music. I don't know if you've seen him on Instagram or TikTok, he's kind of known for being a one-man band and bringing live instrumentation into dance music, which is what we're passionate about. But he does it all himself, and he plays every instrument like he's basically graduated from top honors at Berkeley. So every single instrument he plays insanely, and he brings such a crazy vibe and energy. And so I've been fangirling him for ages, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to hit him up on Instagram. He probably never will read it, and I'll just tell him that we're going to be in Wales because we actually were on our way to play a gig in Ireland, and we decided to drive and take the ferry for some reason. And he messaged back and he's like, yeah, sure, come on over. Come and see Llama Land, which is his studio. And he was like, let's hang out. And I was like, what? So Ben and I pulled into this little town in Wales. He literally lives in a little tiny farm town.
That is so cool.
Stayed at his house and spent only 4 hours in Llamaland because we were talking so much. And within 4 hours, we came up with this track, because he's so well known for...
Within 4 hours, you just decided, let's go.
Yeah, because I was like, we have 4 hours to write a song. I was like, that's not a lot of time. But then I said to him, he's famous for bootlegs.
Yes.
I don't know if you know that. He does like mashups and crazy, he brings like mad energy to generally like older songs. And I was like, I've always wanted to do a cover of Charles and Eddie, Would I Lie to You? And he was like, let's do it. And literally within half an hour, he sat down at his station and he started playing some keys, and Ben was like looping some drum sounds, and then within half an hour we had the direction. And yeah, that was 2 years ago though. So you get all perfectionistic on something.
I imagine it's because you have to kind of get the rights to it in a way, right?
We had to get the rights. That was a process. But also I think
yes.
we and Youngr as well, we're both quite like, we have high standards of what we want it to sound like, so the mix, I think we had quite a few backwards and forwards, and eventually we got there. And it's tough when you're trying to collab and run 2 different artist schedules that are busy, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I just love him as a person. He's got such a mad energy. He has been to South Africa before, actually, to play Splashy Fen some years ago. So this is,
but the Cape Town is where it's at, man. I'm so happy for Youngr. So I'm looking forward to because this is the song in its original format.
Oh, yeah. So smooth.
Do you know what this reminds me of? I feel like Mnet in the 90s had an ad using Would I Lie to You? Or even like Mnet Cares. And there was a promo that happened on my TV that still had a butt back then, as you know, and an aerial. And yes, and... I remember this song will always remind me of that.
Are you you have a really good memory, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It was an advert.
Yes, I remember this.
Wow.
And then it was like, I feel like something like Scott said, Mnet Cares. I feel like that's back in the day they used this Charles and Eddie song, and that's like a memory I have. And now you've updated it. Hey, GoodLuck and Youngr.
Yes.
Would I Lie to You?
It's such a classic song. It had to get...
I'm excited to hear it.
It had to get a little facelift for 2025.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. And I think I ask all artists who do take on covers of songs and actually give them an update. But personally, I love the fact... The original's the original. We hear it. The original stays there as a monument to the song. But what I love is when music becomes a bridge between the generation today and... I just shared a story about the 90s with you.
Yeah.
Suddenly, you get to open up with your kids.
Yes.
You get to say like, oh, I know you love this vibey song by GoodLuck and Youngr, but let me tell you about the original. You go back and you share a story. Is that not the whole idea of doing that?
And I'm like, I'm not ashamed to say that I feel that most of the good songs were written, in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And so for me, it's... rehashing some of these classics, people don't write music like this anymore. I can't. I try my best, but I'm not ashamed to say that it's the good stuff is from that time in the world.
That's true, and that's why I see it. I was corrected by my producer Pietrus. He says, right. Would I Lie to You by Charles and Eddie was used in their program, The Real Love Story series, back in the 90s. So I was close. I was around there, right? Thank you. I was right.
Well, it was a hit in the 90s. I think it was written in 92.
It was a massive hit.
Massive hit, yeah.
And I think it was also huge at karaoke. Still is a huge hit at karaoke. When you like 2 people who are very toddles going, it makes sense. I'm looking forward to hearing this track. I feel like I need one more bit of permission to play this song.
From who?
Ben.
The label?
From Ben and the label, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Give him a call.
What about you, Dario? Do you think we should play the song?
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
Okay, I feel like it's a good idea. What's up? It's Youngr, by the way. Of course
you... Stop following me around.
Yeah, Jules.
So,
what's up, Jules? How you doing?
How you doing? Sneaky.
I'm good.
What's that,
Here's my permission. You have permission to play the song.
Do I? Okay, good. By the way, I'm looking forward to meeting you. You're welcome into studio anytime on KFM 94.5 Youngr, because your following in Cape Town, it's unbelievable. We love your creativity. You kind of almost Cape Townian in the way you do your music, because there's just this amazing symphony of just creative melodies. You just mash them all together. I don't know. I'd like to sit in your brain for 2 hours. I want to see something.
It's pretty intense. It's a pretty intense place to be, my brain. But it's that's why I can't wait to come over to Cape Town, man, because I feel like our energies align.
Yes, definitely.
It's a wonderful thing.
It is a good thing. And I heard you've been to Splashy Fen before, which is out in KZN, but now you're coming to Cape Town. So I'm really hoping that you're going to enjoy the pleasantries of Cape Town. Is there anything that you have been told about Cape Town that you feel like you need to be aware of before you do your gig here on Friday at Cabo Beach Club?
No, not to have too much fun. They say you might have too much fun. You might not want to go home again.
That is the right answer. Yeah, you might buy property here. It's happened before.
Exactly.
It has indeed.
He'll love it. It is the best city in the world. Let's not kid ourselves.
No, it's the best as well.
Yeah. I was looking for a DM. Sorry, I was just checking on my phone because somebody actually messaged me the other day on my phone saying, someone who says they know me. I can't really remember how, but they said, please can I meet Youngr on Friday? Because I'm coming to the show. I also would like to ask if he's an alien because his talent is out of this world.
Yes.
I've actually messaged him for ages suggesting he should come to SA, and now he is. So shame, this poor guy really wants to meet you, talented alien. So let's try and make it happen.
Talented alien.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be very disappointed when he meets me and he'll be like, oh, you're just a normal dude. You're just an average guy.
Nah, not true.
So I just want to ask, I'm sorry for disturbing you. I had to call you to just sanction the playing of the song. But what are you up to at the moment? What are you doing right now and the second?
Right at this second, I am fixing a new pedal to my loop pedal machine. So I have an extra pedal now which can control more things and more tambourines and more shakers.
That's so cool. You know, that's what I look forward to your performance, is that you can loop anything. You can do anything. Then he's got it.
It's mad.
A little vocal.
It's mad.
Like, I feel like you need to loop the word away and then just go for it. Right when he gets here.
Away.
Like, just loop the word. So when you get here, obviously you're going to perform.
Away.
What did you said it too smoothly. This is my problem, Youngr. You said it. You are going to stay. You're going to live here. We might have Llama Land, Cape Town soon.
Edition for sure.
It's going to happen.
Llama Land, Cape Town. I love that. Let's go.
Let's do that. Well, thanks a lot for joining us, Youngr. I know that you need to get back to your pedal, but we do love you. We cannot wait to see you on Friday. And I must just say, it's a match made in heaven. You and GoodLuck. Like, that's more music, please.
All right.
More music.
For sure.
I think this is just the start of the journey for sure.
Definitely.
It was too easy, Jules. This one was too easy. Let's make a harder one.
Oh, definitely. I'm game.
This is lovely. You know what I like about this, Youngr? What I love about it is that, you know, the other day, Jules and Ben, they were like, oh, you know, we're getting a little older. And now they can genuinely feel younger by having you on stage with them.
That sounds very dodgy, Carl.
It does.
I'm not going to say what.
Welcome to Cape Town, Youngr.
The Flash Drive with Carl Wasty. KFM 94.5.